Joining me for this segment, we have Elise Terry. She is head of iShares Wealth Advisory at BlackRock. We're here to discuss providing solutions for advisors and their clients to provide for the outcomes that they need for today. Elise, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you so much for having me, Jill.
Let's start high level here. Give us the hot topics that you're hearing about at Exchange this year.
Great. Well, I think it would be hard to not mention Bitcoin.
Of course.
There's a lot of excitement surrounding the ease of access that the ETF wrapper is giving to a traditionally really hard asset class to get into. Cold wallets, hot storage, we don't have to worry about that with the ETF wrapper. And obviously we play a part with that with IBIT. I think the second one is fixed income ETFs, right? There's globally, the asset level has risen to $2 trillion. It's nearly doubled since 2019. It's another way for people to get invested without having to buy individual bonds and keep up with that. And then I would say the last thing is active ETFs. There's been a rise of active ETFs in the creation and the adoption of them. And so we're seeing people get creative. So we have our BRTR, our Total Return Fund, managed by Rick Reeder, which is a combination of fixed income ETF and active ETF. So a lot of cool things happening.
Let's talk about fixed income a bit more here. How is producing income, how have yields having risen, how is that creating a wider selection and availability for investors?
Yeah, I think, look, for the past year, we all know most people have been sitting in cash and they've been getting a pretty nice income stream because of that. But now they're starting to think about how do I get back into the markets and what's the best place to do that. So you can get reasonable yields within the fixed income ETF wrapper with taking on minimal risk. So tickers like BRTR, which I just talked about, we're seeing advisors and clients start to go back into these things.
And of course with the ETF wrapper, you don't have to give up liquidity, you don't have to take on some of those risk parameters, nor do you have to take the equity risk with dividends. I mean, I think that's part of the beauty of having it actively managed within the ETF wrapper.
That's correct, and they're proving to be more tax efficient and all the things that you typically see within an equity wrapper as well. So we're definitely going to continue to see that trend into fixed income ETFs.
How is iShares specifically solving for these problems, these outcomes?
You know, I think iShares, it's one of your largest global providers, obviously. We have over 1,400 tickers, but there's choice. There's a ton of choice, and so whether you want to take baby steps back into the market or you're looking to kind of jump right in, you can have all the different exposures that you're looking for. You know, there's a lot of hesitancy by some people, not sure what the Fed's going to do. Are they going to hold steady? Are they going to lower rates? When are they going to do that, and where should I be? Same thing with inflation, right? Are we going to have a soft landing? So there's a lot of concern out there, and I think getting back into the markets but not giving up your yield, you're able to do that now much better than you were a few months ago.
Where can investors go for more information on iShares?
iShares.com, we make it pretty easy, but I think one of the great things is once you enter iShares.com, there's tons of tools that can really help investors think about let me stress test my portfolio, let me see what my portfolio would have done if I look back on it. There's lots of things, lots of information there across all of those asset classes.
All right, Elise, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks.
Thanks, Jill.
And thanks for joining me from Exchange. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.